It's 101.1 FM and AM 1160. On your Wednesday morning, AccuWeather saying today we're on the way to 84 with some strong afternoon thunderstorms possible. Certainly don't want that if you're thinking about an air show. You don't need the thunderstorms. You don't need the winds. You need nice, clear weather. We're hoping for that next week. Nathanael Arthurs is with us, our new co-host here at Indiana in the Morning. He seems to be here every day.
Nathaniel and Todd in the morning.
Notice how you put yourself first.
Oh, yes,
in that.
alphabetical order.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Todd, thanks for having us. I'd like to thank the Indiana County Center for Economic Operations affiliates, some of our sponsors, the Ruskini Group, Emeritus, InFirst, Shadco, and Purvis Brothers as well. So thanks. Shout out to all of our volunteers as well on that too. So, but we have Mike Giulian here. I'll give you a little bio on him. He's a winner of the 2018 Red Bull Air Race World Competition. Mike Giulian is a multidisciplined aerial demonstration pilot beginning his career in the competitive world of aerobatics. Giulian earned the distinction of becoming one of the youngest pilots to ever win the United States Unlimited Aerobatic Championship at the age of 27. So his signature performance combines the heart-stopping gyroscopic tumbling of the modern display of flying with the crisp, aggressive demands of precision competition aerobatics. How about that, Mike? Does that sound good?
Yeah, whatever all that means, I can tell you, it's great. It's great to be on the radio with you guys and to be coming to the air show next weekend. And really, what all of that means is I've spent a life perfecting or trying to perfect air show flying in a way that hopefully will inspire people of all ages there, but inspire young kids. And it's going to be a great weekend. And I've never flown this air show before, so it's really exciting for me. It's I'm from Massachusetts, so it's pretty close to home, and can't wait to be there.
Mike, before Nathaniel took over the show a couple of minutes ago, I was supposed to say our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. He has a way of doing that,
Sorry, Todd.
Hey, Mike, how long have you been doing this?
30 years.
Wow.
So it's really funny. He says, he was the youngest aerobatic champion, and that's true. But I started flying when I was just 15 years old. My family owned a flying school just outside of Boston, so I was kind of born around airplanes and started flying aerobatics because I was an athlete as a kid. I played golf and hockey and baseball, and when you're starting to grow up and you realize you're not going to go play hockey for the Boston Bruins, you're like, hey, well, I got to do something with my life. And I was always a sort of a competitive person and still am. And you can do that, funny enough, through aerobatic competition flying, which is like Olympic figure skating in the air, right? So there's an imaginary box on the ground that is laid out for you. The pilots can see it. And then there's a series of judges that are watching a specified performance, and you have to fly that to as exacting a standard as you can. And that's how you learn the discipline of being really, really great in the sky, because you work for hours and hours and hours with a coach on the ground trying to make your maneuvers perfect. And then, all of the people that fly these amazing composite aerobatic airplanes like I do, very modern airplanes, start like that. And then at some point in your career, you branch out into air show flying, and then you take the crazy flipping, tumbling, spinning style of air show flying, and we merge it with this really strict competition aerobatic flying, and you get something that looks really, really nice to watch, very exciting, but also very controlled as well.
If Mike Giulian, the 2021 version, is talking to that 18, 19-year-old Mike Giulian and is saying to him, hey, here's what you need to pay attention to, and here's what you're going to learn over the next 20 or 30 years, what are some of the things you're saying to that young Mike Giulian?
Oh, that's a great question. So I would say, you're invincible as an 18 and 19 and 20-year-old. Right? And whether you're, I think, whatever endeavor you're in, maybe you're a young lawyer, you think you take on the world, or a young race car driver and you're going to win the race on the first lap. It just doesn't happen. And I think that's the thing for us, is that we all think that we're just better than everybody else, and you can. And then sometimes even, the laws of physics. Flying an airplane has its limitations, and sometimes I think we think we're better than that. And no, actually, airflow around a wing works for me like it does everybody else. And so I think that's the thing is, you've got a little chip on your shoulder as a kid, and that goes away over time, and then you have a greater respect for people that have done it before you, I think, and that's a big thing. And then the last thing is enjoy the ride, because it's like a PGA golfer, you lose more than you win, and the same thing is in competition aerobatics, is that you can't win all the time, but everything's a learning thing, and everything is an experience, and it's about your friends and the people that you grew up with, because we have a really small group of people in this world. There's aerobatic pilots. I'm right now in Kansas City, and we'll fly an air show this weekend with the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, and all of us are in a very small group of people, and you learn to really enjoy those relationships and the people that you meet over time. How's that? That sound, man, I sound old, don't I?
Man, I'll tell you what.
Jeez. That sounds fun, though. I mean, the lessons learned, probably more than a few, close scrapes for you in the sky, and you learn more about the airplane every day and about your capabilities, and then you get to show it to people who have no idea what it took for you to get there. And that has to be a thrill for you.
It really is, and that's the fun part about it. When you land after a show, and even if they don't fully appreciate all the effort and training that's gone into it, they can appreciate what they've seen. And I think that's the most important thing, is that when you land, the spectators are like, wow, that person that was in that plane gave 110% of their effort, and you could see it in the sky. And that's what I hope to do next weekend.
Nathaniel, folks will be able to talk to Mike, right? And
absolutely.
Else.
That's what I wanted to compliment Mike on as well. When I met him a couple years ago with John Miller, we were at ICAST, International Council of Air Shows. He's very approachable, very down to earth, and that's what we need here, not to have the big chip on the shoulder. And Mike will definitely intermingle with the crowd, and he'll probably have writer's cramp after all the autographs afterwards, I'm sure, too. So
yeah, can't wait. That's the goal of any air show.
Yeah.
So, Mike, if somebody is coming to the air show and they've never seen an air show or never seen a show that you're a part of, what are some of the special things that we should be looking for when we're watching that little plane of yours up there?
Well, it's a super maneuverable airplane. It's called an Extra 330 SC. It's a single-seat composite plane. It's almost like, people ask me, well, what is it? It's like an Indy car with wings, right? It has a single seat specially fit to me. The airplane is made in such a way that it fits me perfectly, like a baseball glove to a player. You take a machine and then you change it so it fits you well. And I think the thing that people like the most is where the airplane is actually, it looks like it's tumbling out of control, sort of end over end and on wingtip. We call tumbles or knife edge spins, and yet it stops with a lot of perfect precision, and we put that to a great soundtrack that is specially crafted and narrated. So that it's really a story where we're trying to inspire people by watching this thing, and the soundtrack and the music is just as important as the airplane in the sky.
Boy, it sounds like a lot of fun to watch you perform.
I was a little bit disappointed when I heard it was only a one-seater. I was hoping we could squeeze Todd in there for a little joyride, but maybe we could time onto the parachute or something.
So if you have pasta before you take up, then that might not fit you so perfectly. So
probably not so well.
Fitness levels, and people probably don't think of that either. With guys like you, pilots in these very special airplanes doing very special things, you have to be pretty fit, don't you?
You do. You're pulling about positive 11 Gs and minus 6 Gs when you're flying in an air show like this. So you're pulling and pushing really hard, and you're doing, they say, about 30 minutes of aerobatic flying equals an 8-hour day of manual labor. So, and you're just always working on your fitness, and as well as your fitness, your sleep as well, and your hydration. We'll make sure that I'm drinking lots and lots of water starting on Monday and Tuesday of the event. So when you get there, your body's at its at its peak.
Where'd you say you are now? Kansas City?
I'm in Kansas City. Yep.
Is it 1,000 degrees there like it is everywhere else?
It was 1,000 degrees yesterday, and now it's pouring down rain, actually.
That's what we're going to be getting over the next couple of days. But we hope to clear all of that out of here by the time the air show gets here. And boy, you're going to be a big part of it. Nathaniel, tell folks how they can get tickets.
Well, the air show is actually July 10th and 11th. You can get tickets online at jimmystewartairport.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Locally, we have limited supply of tickets at our Luxembourg Jewelers, 700 Shop, the Jimmy Stewart Airport, the Indiana County Tourist Bureau, Mark Arbuckle Nissan, all the Delaney dealerships, 700 Shop in Katanning, and also Star Chevrolet in Greensburg on Route 30. They have tickets as well. So tickets in advance are $10. At the gates, they will be $15. Kids 12 and under for free. Last air show, 1,700 kids in free. So we're going to see if we could beat that record this time under the age of 12.
Good plan.
A lot of big 12-year-olds out there, I'll say.
Hey, Mike, thanks for being with us this morning. Looking forward to meeting you here at the air show.
Awesome, guys. My pleasure. Can't wait to see you guys next weekend. You have a great one.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. Fox News up next, top of the hour.